Hi, friends. Welcome. Today I am in historic Newport for Daffodil Days. There are over 1,200,000 daffodils blooming around in Newport. This is a 1 hour yin flow. I'm not using any props, but you are more than welcome to use any props that you need, of course. During the flow, I always have some words come on the screen. They are to help motivate you, inspire you, or maybe help you with your Sankalpa, your highest truth. And if they work and resonate with you, then that's fantastic. If not, no big deal. If you haven't been here before, I'm Rebecca, and this is Body Illumination. Today, I am surrounded by daffodils on the cliff walk, which overlooks the ocean. Spring is definitely in the air, but it is really chilly. So come to a comfortable seated posture, Sukhasana, or whatever works for you today. Let's just take a moment to think about our intention. What do you want to cultivate in your day today? What do you want to manifest in your life? Okay, now on your next inhale, I want you to reach up nice and tall and pull your skull bones back over your sits bones, your ischial tuberosities. So root those down into the earth and then start to elongate through the spine. Feel that spine get nice and long like an antenna. Soften the facial muscles and then gently sip the breath in. Retain the breath for a moment. Now slowly release the breath and see if you can stretch out that exhalation. At the bottom of the exhalation, just stay empty for a moment. Really empty out. And then breathe normally. Okay, let's come into our first posture. So we are going to bring the soles of our feet together and splay our knees open. You can prop yourself up with blocks. You can stay seated upright. I will show you some variations in the corner of the screen, and you are welcome to take those or whatever you need today. So you can keep your forearms into the ground or your arms. You can sit upright, maybe put a bolster in front of you right underneath your stomach, or you could even sit on a block so you get an anterior tilt in the spine. So it depends what you want to cultivate today in your practice. When you hear those chimes start to ring, then you know we're coming to the conclusion of the posture. Let's start to slowly come up from this. Come on up and let's move into toes pose. So this is a shorter posture. You're going to tuck the toes under, drop your knees into the earth. And if you want to do some wrist decompression while you're working toes pose, then take your hands forward so that your fingertips are facing towards you. Now you can take your hands onto a block. You can take them up a little bit higher. You're also welcome to modify this with your legs, and you can untuck the toes or bring your knees up depending upon how intense you want this posture. Releasing the hands and the feet, let's rinse them out, give them a nice little circle, and then come forward onto your hands and knees. And stretch your legs out, reach your hips back and forward, and then take them all the way forward. We're coming into seal. Lift the heart up into the sky, and if you need to take a variation, you are welcome to drop down onto your forearms. We'll get some nice deep compression and stimulation of the sacral lumbar arch. It's great to tone the spine, and if you open up your throat, the thyroid will also be stimulated. Let's release the pose. Take your hips all the way back into an exaggerated child, and then move forward and come on up, rounding through the spine and extending into your cat and cow. And do that again, round through the spine. And then come onto your seat and let's transition into saddle. So as you start to navigate into your saddle, you are more than welcome to take a half of this posture with one leg and then switch halfway through. So that would be 2.5 minutes on each side. You're welcome to stay upright. You can see the variation on the screen, or you can come all the way back on the earth or a bolster. This posture also provides a nice opening for the sacrolumbar arch. And we're also stretching out the hip flexors and the quadriceps. Excellent for anyone who is doing a lot of standing or walking, and athletes who tend to run and do a lot of hip flexion. We're opening up our stomach and spleen and urinary bladder and the kidney lines. If you choose to take your arms up overhead, you are opening up the heart and lung meridians as well. Releasing saddle pose, come on up to a seated position, release your legs, and windshield wipe them from side to side. And let's come on up to dangling. So otherwise known as ragdoll in our traditional asana. You can have a nice bend in your knees here, drop your arms into the earth, and just fold forward. It's just so wonderful to turn our world upside down on a regular basis. This is a very intense posture along the back and the legs and the spine. The urinary bladder meridian is very stimulated here, and it's also great for the liver, spleen, and kidneys. I really like to start my day with this posture and just hang and dangle for quite some time to just give my body some way to turn things upside down. It gives you a new perspective, literally and physically. Now we are going to just gently rock over to one side, come over to your left side. Come Come over to your right side and hang for a little bit. Come on down into a nice deep squat. In our more yang practice, we know it as malasana, and squat in our yin practice. This is lovely, again, for the liver and the kidney lines, opening the area up in the groin, and the urinary bladder lines on the back. This, if you feel this in your ankles, you're also stimulating the stomach, the spleen, the gallbladder, and the urinary bladders that run through that region. Now, keep in mind when you're in this posture, you are welcome to use props to support your heels. So if you can't get your heels all the way down, you can even roll up a mat or a cushion of some sort. And you're welcome to support yourself with a bolster or some type of blocks in front of you. We are going to stay in this posture. We're just going to take it into a twist. So turn over towards your left side. You're going to take your right arm forward in front of you and then take it in front of your right shin. Or again, you can take it onto a bolster or a block. And then take that left arm either behind your head, extend it out. You can wrap and come into a half bind with this. Open up your heart. And then let's change sides. So take your left arm in front of the left leg, walk it out, and then take that right arm up into the sky. Any variation you choose to on this side. Just feel that nice, delicious opening through the shoulder, the neck, the face. Okay, let's release this and come into the earth. Have a seat. Open your legs up into a nice wide straddle. So before we move forward, let's go to the side in our dragonfly. So come on over to your left side. Take your arm onto a block or a bolster, and then take your upper arm up into the sky, maybe behind your head. You can wrap it around your hip too if you'd like to. Pull yourself all the way back up to sit, and let's change sides. Feel that nice, delicious yawn in your side body. Go ahead and take any variation you'd like with the arm. Okay, as we come up out of this, let's take a little counter stretch from side to side. Just twist over from side to side. And then when you're ready, come on forward into your dragonfly. We also know it as Upavista Konasana. So we're stimulating the urinary bladder on the back of the legs and on the back. The liver and kidney lines are being affected through the groin and the spleen through the inner knees. The side stretch helped to stimulate the gallbladder meridian along the side of the torso. Push down into the earth and let's come on up. Gently fold your legs in towards each other and windshield wipe them across the mat. Now let's set up for Swan. Take your right leg forward to the short edge of the mat. So you can stay upright or move into Sleeping Swan, Rajakapatanasana. So we're opening up the lines on the top of the back of the leg, the stomach and spleen meridians, and also the energy lines on the outer leg for the gallbladder. Also the lumbar arch affects the urinary bladder, and of course the liver and kidney lines because they come through the inner groin. This posture in particular is very beneficial to release lots of emotions. With our liver meridian, it helps to release anger or resentment, irritability. Kidney meridians are very helpful to open up and release emotions like worry or fear or doubt, insecurity. And of course, the spleen meridian, when we stimulate this, we release any worry or fixation on a topic, and it helps us to move beyond something that we might be stuck in. push into the ground. Let's go ahead and change sides. So we're going to just gracefully switch legs. You're going to swing that back leg around to the front. Take your left leg and bend it. Maybe flex the foot. That stabilizes the knee joint. And take that right leg behind you. And when you're ready, maybe start to fold forward into the sleeping swan version. Releasing this pose, let's swing that back leg around to meet the front leg. Come onto your back into a reclining butterfly. Use your props if you'd like to, and just melt into the earth. All right, let's bring our legs up and maybe rock them from side to side a couple of times and come into a nice gentle twist. Take your legs over to your left and look over to your right. And we are changing sides. Take your legs up and over to your right and twist open to the left. Okay, let's come into final relaxation. Take your legs out in front of you. Use any props that you might want to right now in this moment, and give yourself a nice big thank you. Let yourself melt away among the flowers. Close your eyes. Empty your mind. Soften your jaw. Soften your tongue. Wiggle your toes and stretch out through your fingertips. And let's begin to deepen our breath. Maybe flubber your lips. Stretch your fingers, your hands, your toes. If you'd like to join me in a lion, open your mouth, stick out your tongue, and let out a nice roar. You're welcome to stay on your back, but if you would like to, I invite you to come on up to a seated posture. Let's end our practice together. It is really chilly here, as you can tell. The ocean breeze is picking up. And as we end our practice, tuning into that intention, sip the breath in gently. And then at the top of the inhalation, just retain it for a moment. Pause here. And exhale, empty out really, really slowly. Take your time. And then at the bottom of your exhale, just stay empty, completely empty. Feel yourself growing taller. Feel the energy all around you, and then gently release. Let's tune back into the intention, whatever it might be. It's so important to really think about what it is you want to cultivate in your life so that you are on your own agenda. Tune into that intention, feel it in your body. Om Shanti, 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 Namaste, Namaste. Have a beautiful day.